Girl, them skill arty. Sean.Paul, some give it to, some give it to, some give it to our girls. 5 million and 40 naughty shorty. Baby girl, all my girls, all my girls. Sean.Paul say, well, I'm on the way, the time cold, I wanna be keeping you warm. I got the right temperature for shelter you from the storm. Hold on, girl, I got the right tactics to take.
Welcome to another episode of the Top Form Podcast, and of course we have another top performer, top form artist in the building. Well, we're actually in his building at his studio, no other than Sean.Paul, aka SPZ, aka Rrr.
Mr.
Sean.Paul, what up, man?
Big up, man. I'm good.
Trust me, we're so happy to have you, and we're gonna dive into it. First thing first,
Yeah, man.
Sean.Paul, I just heard some music a while ago with one of the wickedest beat me ever hear in a life.
Mad.
Like, how you go about picking musical beats to create your song? Because I couldn't even imagine somebody else on that beat.
Zine. Well, I don't know what you heard. So, when I came in here, they were playing one of my beats. So, I don't know.
So you're not a producer?
I've been producing since about 2001. Put one track on that album, that first album. I put a next little track on, but I think the third album. Learning the process and thing, and I wasn't ready to do jugglings. I think in about 2009 and 2010, I put out a juggling called Blaze Fire, which had far too many people on it. But I'm a fan of. He's a fan of jugglings. You know, I grew up in dancehall world, and when I hear one artist on a certain rhythm track, and his meditation and his flow and his vibe, and then I hear a next artist on that same rhythm track, it's not a boring thing to me. It's if I love that rhythm, it's even better. You know what I mean? Reason being, you just get a whole wider spectrum of the artwork of life. And so I kind of missed that, and I went overboard and put out too much song, about 20 songs left on the rhythm there. But I did a next rhythm about 2012 called wait name again? Name Material. So Material featured people like Fambo and Ching and doing a collab, and myself and where Cecile was on it, and Rain Seville, and you know, man like Nicky B and Voicemail, and so that was a great project, and I did a 10-minute long video.
With everybody?
Yeah, just a long video, and it cut up into 3 minutes each. So each song, you know, holla point upon the rhythm too. But the promotion part, you know, when you need to promote in dance, I'm not usually here. I'm abroad a lot. When I'm here, I'm working in the studio, mainly. But Chano, I gotta drop my spliff on the ground.
Yeah.
I've been over there.
So tell me about
So
that part of your business.
yeah, just I mean, I wanted to. I'm a fan of that, as I said, and I always wanted to be a producer at age 15. I convinced my mom to buy me a little Yamaha keyboard. She went to go and buy Marcus.
This was the same one?
No, something looking like that.
I thought you had a Bob Marley thing going on where, you know, the Bob Marley having piano still down at Tough Gang. See?
Oh, see? No, man, different something. But it was similar to that. It's very small. And I was building back over rhythms and them thing there. Looking at Steely and Cleve upon TV and wanting to be like them. And then I started to rhyme a few years after that. And I kind of fell in love with that more all of a sudden. So about 17 years old. So during that time, I was representing Jamaica for water polo at the time, and I was also going to UTEC, where it was the name CAS at the time. And I would go to school in the day, I would go to training in the evening, and I would go to the studios at night. So there was barely sleep from them time there. And then took quite a few years for me to break out with the first single. I was about 24 when that happened.
So we don't reach teenage years yet. Who were your influences? Why you wanted to enter music as a youth? Other than your mother buying you the piano,
Yeah.
What was the natural inclination for music?
Loved it. Loved music. My aunt had a sound system. Many people might remember Uptown named Sparkle's sound system.
Yes, man.
So she used to.
And that was your aunt?
Yeah, my aunt and business partner. So I used to get into these dances that they were playing every Easter and summer and Christmas by just carrying the boxes for them. So I used to be a box boy, unbeknownst to most people. Yeah. Creates them time down box, you know. Used to lift up box and back a truck, and of course I would be there earlier than anybody came, and then you have to delete it when it lock. So I would be there all 9 o'clock in the morning packing up boxes. So the house that I grew up in had a big front yard, so we used to have Easter parties there and pay party, you know that thing go.
Yeah.
And so it kind of, you know, the big loud music, the feeling in the chest, that it kind of resonated with me from an early age. I loved dancehall music and hip hop music. It was the music that spoke to me, spoke in the way my friends speak to me, and not, you know, I mean, my mother introduced me to like Beatles and Neil Diamond and of course Bob Marley and thing, and all of those songs are amazing, and right now I'm very happy that I had that musical background. But Shabba Ranks and Super Cat was my thing then, where I was like, yo, it was something gravitating me towards music when listening to DJ, you know, people DJing, which is for all who don't know, dancehall music. And then
equivalent of rapping.
Yeah, equivalent of rapping. Reggae's little brother.
Bigger brother.
No,
rapping bigger brother.
But
reggae's little brother.
Yeah, reggae little brother and rapping bigger brother, for real. And then we have to spawn music such as reggaeton, and how Afrobeat sound now is influenced by what dancehall is doing, even soca people. So, but that's a whole different argument.
It's the argument I want to go into. You say you were influenced by Steely and Clevie.
Yeah, and Sly and
the originators of the reggaeton sound with the Dembow
and
Shabba Ranks album.
To me,